वो डॉक्यूमेंट अभी वो देखा के क्लियर होगा सब कुछ होते हैं पैन कार्ड कुछ ढूंढ और वो क्लियर हो गया है तो मालूम है आप बाकी आप कहाँ पे हैं तो आप ही हो सकते हैं आप कहाँ पे हैं वो भी चला जाएगा आपके साथ चला जाएगा अगर जाएगा आप फोन से चला जाएगा आपको नहीं आपको क्या करना है व्यक्ति है वो आने से मेल से नहीं होता है वो सिस्टम में ऑटोमेटिक होता है नहीं अभी जाएगा डॉक्यूमेंट की आज के साथ डॉक्यूमेंट हो गया है एक जनता को ये ऑलरेडी होती है जो कुछ होता है तो पूरा काम है कोई नहीं है तो हो जाएगा आओ नहीं प्रोग्राम पूरी तरह से काम है तो मान लीजिए उसको दिखा नहीं नेट पे दिखा आपको नेट कुछ दिखा ऐसा
Good morning to everybody. Today again the MMPS 001, Organizational Theory and Design. So today actually uh, I have to give you some of the review of all the blocks to the MMPS 001. There, what are the blocks are there? What are the units are there? I'll give you some of the overview and review basically what are the contents, what are the units that are important, and in brief we have to discuss because it's already in the last uh, 4 or 5 sessions that we have discussed in details block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, and block 5. That all the blocks have been discussed. Now here actually today's session I'm trying to take some of the important part. So I am Biswas, academic counselor of IGNOU, and now see the block 1 was there the approaches of the understanding the organizations. So first the subject itself, the organizational and the theory and design. So means first we have to understand the what is the organizations and what is the approaches are there. And the framework basically the theoretical framework means there what the way it has structural things are there. Why the structure is required, why the hierarchy systems are required. That part actually you have to see it. And then we have to see the effectiveness. What are the factors? Because during the structuring, what are the aspects we have to carefully see so that you can overcome the situation and how nicely you can meet the objectives of the company set by the top management. So effectiveness depends on so many things. If your structure is good, if your other things are considered, so definitely you have to go for the, towards the effectiveness. Now block 2, there is a structure. Totally it has been discussed about the structures. What are the fundamentals? Because during the structure we have discussed the horizontal, vertical, bureaucratic type of structures, general structures, then your pyramid type. So many types we have discussed during the structures. Again, the structures we have decided based on the company span, their strength, and nature of product. Because what type of product is there? Is a customer oriented or service sectors? So definitely you have to your structure should be that. And what are the effects during the structures? What are the effects of the organization that also? Then in the block 3, we have discussed the topology of the organization design. As I said, there are pyramid type, horizontal type, vertical type structures design. Then contemporary organizational design, because if any special requirement, what does meet the situations. So regarding the unit 7, basically discuss about the design, how to design the part of your all the sections, marketing divisions, and what type of how many people should be there. Then after that, first of all, you see that all the blocks are chronologically linked with each other. Now, when you have designed your organizational structure and all this part, then you have to decide the job design because the people are working there. So you have to fix how much, what type of tasks will be there, level wise, the top level to bottom level. You have to see what type of work should be given based on their as design as the based on the job analysis and what are the specifications also to be made. So it is all are the different approaches given the job. Now then after that emerging trends of the work, because nowadays lot of phenomena because based on the scenario or environmental conditions, so it is changing now. multinational companies have different viewpoints, and even after the post COVID, lot of changes online, remotely you have to do the work, online sessions, and work from home. So all these concepts has come worldwide. So emerging trends are like this, and based on these, you have to design your work also. Because those who are working from the outside, you have to give some target oriented work, so that they can do it there as per their own flexible timing, basically. In the office, those are coming in the regular basis, in the face to face, in the office offline, basically, the classes, in the job. There are different type of tasks there. The target and already fixed in such a way. So it is now is popular, and still most of the companies are now again they are reviving the systems so that come join the come like this. But some of the companies still they are preferring the work from home itself, because so many reasons. You can save the money. You can travel time is also to be declared. So this is the way it is going on. So, different cultural programs was there. So, trains are really important. So, international dynamics this is the unit number 10. There, the role of the organizational culture in design also. The role of organizational culture basically, the culture is one of the important, because you see any organizations there should be a good culture, means some ethics, the way of you're behaving with the customers, and with your suppliers also. So it will affect. So cultural design is basically affecting the organizations. Now the unit number 11, that is your organizational conflict. So organizational conflict, basically see anywhere when the people are working together, so definitely there should be a conflict. So how to avoid the conflict as much as possible, that part is to see, so that some of the as a group as a team, you have to work it so that we can have a minimum conflict, because 100% reduce the conflict may not be possible. So you have to have a some extent you have to decide how to cope up the situations, because conflict sometimes is good also, because sometimes good in the sense a lot of ideas, lot of good decisions are coming during the debate sessions. Uh, but it is not advisable to do it always. So this is the way I just give you some of the important part. Now let's see, because unit number block number one is totally your conceptual. Because if you understand the block one in a broad way, I mean in a macro level, then other blocks is automatically connected. So let's see some of the important part area. I'm just showing you the in block number one. So in the block one, you see there are some approaches, understanding the organizations. As you know, there are 7 models, organizational systems. There are 7 models. This is important. And then your theoretical framework is there, because of some classical era, as we see, some historical possibilities are there. Then your modern theories, that is in part of the unit 2. Unit 3, basically your organizational effectiveness. As I said, organizational effectiveness is the determinants of the organizational effectiveness. Evaluating the effectiveness, how to make the organizational effective, in case studies, evaluating the branch performance. Then your unit number four are the fundamentals of the structure. As I said, the structure is very important. If the organizational structure is good, well communicated, and the setup are good, then definitely the flow of communication will be there. So design should be such a way. Uh, Basically, during the structural making a designing the structure, some strategy should be there. Strategy in the sense your process, considering your process, what type of processing units are there, and how fast if it is a product oriented, market oriented, that matters. Another concept now has come because of the uh, lot of aspects are there in the new perspectives, acquisition, merger of your organizations. So considering the organizations, your acquisitions and your the mergers, the restructuring of the strategy is important. So restructuring during the restructuring, because there are different units, different cultures and needs are they are work together. So it should not be hampered the day-to-day work. So keeping in view of all the aspects, restructuring strategy has to be made and uh, in a trial basis you have to see it also. And you see what are the factors? That factors are very important because until and unless we come out, I mean, not finding the factors or other we can say the reasons. What are the reasons behind it? Then it will be a problem. So reasons, identify the reasons and structure accordingly to be fit enough. And then only you can achieve the organizational effectiveness. Line of staff organization because you see they are frontliner. Nowadays it is a hybrid type of structures. Yeah. It's a formal and informal organizations. Then centralization and the decentralizations. There is another part. Topological environment. Vertical structures, as we said, the horizontal project organization means suppose project organization is if you have some of the project for 4 months for 1 year or 2 year, so you definitely your structure will be different because you have to as a special team task force to be there, skilled persons will be there, and after the 2 years they can put another again the same positions. Matrix organizations also there, then hybrid, then in inverted pyramids, task force, mechanistic structures and the organic structures. So there are so many things are involved. Contemporary organizational design. There the factors the influence in the changing organizational design. Appropriate organizational design, then Porter's competitive forces and the strategies, organizational design diagnosis, issues and the concept organizational issues that emerged due to a contingent workforce. Other major organizational design challenges, contemporary organizational design. Now, block 4, it has decided job design. Their approaches to job design, meaning of the job, what is the meaning of job, occupations, the career, meaning of the job design, factors influencing effect of the job design. Here in the unit 8, I can say the factor of the influencing effective job design definitely type of different in the exam point of view, definitely a question will be there. Then during the job design, we have to keep in mind the technology. Technology is very important because the technology is helping as a tools so that you can make a good instructions and good design for these things. So impact of the high technology in the job designs. You have to design in such a way in a suitable jobs where the should be latest because the should be equipped with the latest technology. For example, if a some in the production cells, one of the laborers workers are working with a lathe machines, some machines, but the machine is very older, maybe 15 years, 20 years before. Now the latest machine has in the world is available, but we are not providing him, even though he has a good skill, but even a good experience also, but his machine are very old. So whatever is maximization of the efficiency may not be possible because he may be knowing everything, the knowledge is there, but the machines, the technology is not there. It means the equipment are not latest. So that case definitely it will impact on the job. So keeping in view of the high technology on the job. So impediments in the job. When emerging trend, as I said, the quality, because emerging trends worldwide, the work should be quality oriented. I mean, the quality of work life is important because everybody wants to see the standards and the quality. Then your culture, as I said, organizational design cultures, situational factors facilitating the culture change, case cultures, design changes. Dr. Reddy said a lot of theories are there. And we have seen there are so many companies there where the cultural changes by the CEO and by they have adopted a lot of things. They are giving more authority to the employees oftenly, and that case we have seen that a lot of cultural change are there, and because of that, their productivity has increased. So conflict as usual, the different cases are there, and the gradients actually the conflict as early as possible it should be redressed. Because what are the conflicts there? The resolution technique should be there so that it should not continue. If it is prolonged, any conflict is prolonged for a long time, so it may create a argument, lot of struggle. So unhappy and some irrational things are which is not better for the organizations. Health, organizational health, it may not be acceptable. Now, approaches, as we know, the organization is nothing, it is a group of people who are collected to work for the common good. Organization works through two concepts. One is the coordination and the delegations among the group members. Delegation is necessary to allocate the group members and equal work to be distributed so that their capacity and the coordination is required to achieve the organizational goal with the decisions. Good. Then organizing. Organizing is basically subject to the larger activity of the managing. It is a process. Basically, it is a process by which the structure of the organization is created and maintained. The process includes the determination of the specific activities, the creation of a network of positions, persons for the purpose of planning, motivation, communication, coordination, and the control. Then some characteristics in the part of your approaches, your central coordination systems, CCS, differentiated internally, legitimated Uh, then establish what is achieved. Legislated here actually basically should be standard, should follow the some law should be there, be lawful. There should not be unlawful. So legitimate means like this, whatever the characteristics, approach should be in a very lawful. Flexible, as I said, flexibility should be there. It's part of social transformations. Here you see the environment, because where the your competitors, union regulatory, and the customers are there. So the components of the organization structures, systems, where the structure, the tasks, then organizational behavior, technology, everything are there. And outputs, product, services. Input basically the material and capital human, and your output basically your product services. In routine, there are four pillars. You can say there are four pillars: structure, tasks, people, and technology. These all are integrated. So, or the boundary is there, organizational boundary. There are four pillars are integrated, and interconnections is no doubt. Interconnections is there. Flow of information is also bidirectional. So this is the way. It says how the component are uh, organizational systems are. So that view are given. Differentiation and the integrations are the basically see what are the loopholes or some of the shortfalls are there that has to be the gap should be reduced. So differentiation are there, integration the together. So together everything are there are two diverse forces. So that part has to be seen during the preparation of the system. First, integration should be there. And what are the differentiation that also to be considered? So in a system, specialized functions are differentiated. So specialized part of you have to look after organizations have a divisions, departments, like the units separated out of the perform the specialized activity. So when it is a standalone basis where the your units are different, maybe the locations are also different. So that what are the differentiations are there that has to be as far as the closer so that you can have a partner. So system should be like this. So at the same time, the order of maintaining the unity in a correct way, you can say, in a managerial languages, in order to maintain the unity among the differentiated parts and from a complete whole. So every system has a reciprocal process of integrations. And then I can say there's a closed system, as we know, there are closed systems and is open system. Closed systems are within self-contained, isolated from the environment because they are not interacting and there is no as such interacting with the your environment. But in the open systems, there is the interact with the environment also. Because the open system is good because there you can have a idea what is going on, your surroundings, in the within the environment, customers, suppliers, demands, competitions, everything are you can aware of all these things. So open systems, um, it is a constantly aware interact with the environment. This means so strict sense in the strict way I can say every worldly system is partly closed and partly closed systems exist only a theory basically and for the real systems interact with the environment. Now input output mechanisms because the inputs basically the resources that are applied to the processing functions and processes basically the activities and the functions that are performed to transform the resources. So process is nothing in the basically is a functions and what are the activities are there in the functions and transform to the resource output as the product and services that come out from the systems. That is the output. This is one of the diagrams that is your transformation mechanism in the center. The internal and interface are given. You see the first round all are the your internal parts, inputs given and transformation mechanism there and output. So this the basically the feedback mechanisms, and first is the internal interface. And then after that, outer the second round, second circle, you see some there is users, the output side, and the source of the energy, materials, raw materials, informations, HR sources. So all are supplied for the inputs of the things, the ingredients. You can see the, all are the ingredients which are required for this your mechanism. So this is one of the systems how it has interacted with the environment that is shown here. Now approaches to organizations. There are so many approaches are there, uh, and mechanics basically organisms, brain cultures, political systems, psychoprovisions, flex, and the transformations, then instruments of the domination. There are so many. Uh, the area you have to go through this, and questions may come during the exam. Then this is important 7S model. McKinsey 7S model important. It may come in a short note or any 5 marks short questions also. What is the describe the McKinsey 7S models or as a short note, whatever. So there things are diagram. I will show you the diagram that it shows the multiplicity of the factors that influence the organization's activity ability to change. Diagram is intended to convey the notation of the interconnections by variables. So you can see all of the pillar important support systems for these models. The shape of the diagram is significant. It has no starting. You see, in this case, I will show the diagram where there is no starting point. This implies the hierarchy. It is not obvious. The 7 factors will be the different. All the factors are as a driving force for this. So let's see the diagram. The structure, strategy, and the system, staff, skills, style, superordinate goals is all are the model. When different component we can see. All are the component of the 7S models. Now how it is connected? You see the integrated way it is connected, and there is no starting point. Interesting thing is there is no starting point. Means all the areas, even the structures or systems, style. So everybody are contributing and driving force. You can see all the your component. So this is one of the typical things that is you have to careful about the. That's why it is written. The shape of the here, the shape of the diagram is significant, and it has no starting point like this. So now I can see now that little bit idea. I can try to give you some of the framework basically. Pre-classical area, the basically the your when it has started, how it has come, the concept, and different when the time is almost passing the time, different viewpoint, different considering the present situation, the framework is also changing. Earlier, depending on the situation, environment, and the product range, different type of structure was there. Framework was there. Now it has changed. So it is a basically historical part. Just go through this and try to keep the memory who has the theory has written. That is important. For example, here the managed pyramid, Kitena 2016. See that. Then your Robert on who has he has an eminent contributors. So who has contributed and the year of introduced when he has introduced the 8 hours day, 8 hours labor time. So everything are 8 hours equations. So that's very important. So this is one of the you can say the theoretical background of the frameworks. Adam Smith, he is popularly known as the father of the modern economics. So just have a memorize and note down some of the names of the author. And their year of duration. Charles Babbage, he is also a professor of the mathematicians at a Cambridge University. He observed that most of the organizations relied on the assumptions. So he therefore emphasized the importance of the logic, science, and the principle. Basically, he has observed most of the things are by the assumptions. There is no logic, no theory behind it. So he has developed like this. So that's why Charles Babbage, we are calling him the father of modern computing. Then your classical theories, where the classical theory was the leading theory prevailed in the 1930s, but its structure, the logic behind the theory was the building the farms efficiently. Then I'll quickly go through this because it is already discussed. Our previous sessions, we have already discussed it. Just giving some recaps or the review the which are the things are important. So significant management, bureaucratic management, and administrative management, classical organizational theory is important. There are three schools of thought. Then the division of work, then the scalar and the functional process, all are things. Then your structure, implementation, and the organizational goals, objective needs, certain level of the specifications. The span of control, as I discussed earlier also, this is very important. Operative span and executive spans are different level. Supervisor, if a supervisor, different span of control will be there. Fixed by the number of subordinates, how much subordinates should be there, so that better you can handle the things. So span of control is very important. When you are making the framework, so you have to decide this is the manager. How many subordinates you should have? 15, 10, so that in better way you can manage give the decision process. It will be overloaded. And everybody have feel happy. Executive span is also important. These are basically the top levels. Those are the top levels. They have some they're interacting with the directors. I mean the managing director or sales head, all CEOs. There. So this is the executive span. Operative span, those who are in the middle level or in the front levels, in the front line. Then this is the how you see the span of this given, the wide span and this span of the control so that is a group operations where narrow field of the company. Some of the then your scientific management approach. Taylor, one of the father of the scientific management movement. So keep in mind, and during the exam, the written, you have to written the name, and this better because Taylor's is the famous time because of work study. The time has just fixed to plan the manage of the organizations. And according to Taylor, it is necessary to systematically analyze. He's saying the everything should be systematically analyzed, design and investigate the work, and allocate the work. Then different thoughts is given. Then characteristics of scientific management. They are set up. The rules are should be there. Specialization, scientific rules. Then criticism of the classical theory. What are the criticisms are there? Because sometimes criticism I think it is required because you can update or you can modify things. So every theories there are some drawbacks will be there. So maybe the monetary things are there incentives. So productivity. So another drawback was that the increasing the monetary incentives could only increase the productivity. The primary source of the motivation is thus assumed to be financial terms. So this theory did not emphasize the decision making. Some of the theories, what are the here actually I try to emphasize when you are writing the framework. So what are the advantages and at the same time what are the disadvantages that has to be noted, and moreover merits and demerits other way. So this is the thing. In their approaches, every approach is there is a some plus point that I will highlight. Then Maslow, as I uh, as you know, this is all the basic things of human needed. Need laws, need can be introduced to management, development. The worker operate in a different context. So relations is priority for the individuals because everybody should. I should have a power. I should have a some of the respect. Everybody. There's a crucial role. Then individuals, human continue to interact with the social context, working group, and then your unity of command, the segregation of the different uh, departments, and the specification of unity of the command. These all are the part of your framework. Uh, Clear communications is required. What are the benefits? In this case, if you have a good organizational structure, what will be the benefit? Benefit will be your clear communications, the role are built and allocate the formal duties. Coordination will be good, and then control and decision making responsibilities will be increased. So all of the benefit parts. So modern theory, okay, I'm again try to skip these things, but only things are where the highlighted the things, the correlations, the decision making, and your some of your goals of the organization, socio-technical approach, well, are the modern science. The contingency of the situational approach is also needed because you have to have some contingency plan, that type of resources. Because you don't know when the turbulence will come in the environment, maybe the war, and maybe the raw materials are not available, or import export problems. So there's so many problems can be happening. So you have to have a ready for that, readiness. Assumptions of the modern organizations is also important. Some rational institutions primarily aim to implement the service objectives, rational now the organizational structures and your organizations are the still informal, machine organizations, diversified organizations, everything are there. Professional organizations, innovative organizations, missionary things. Every part of the framework, some special benefit is there. Effectiveness measures how successful you have. The effectiveness, it runs the mostly smoothly and the functions well. You be the effective organizations, then smoothly it can run. And the power to produce desired results. So effectiveness has no one definition as a depend on the organizational context. Then your models, there are so many goal models, international process models, ratios-based models are there. Stockholders models are there. It means satisfying the stakeholders of the organizations, like the employees, customers, contractors, even in the investors also. So they should be feel happy. If it is it's an effective business. Competitive values model, then your abundance model, so many things are there before to improve the effectiveness. There are some of the things are given stability and the control. So open system models and the humanistic models are given. Some internal focus and external focus are given. So this diagram given where basically this focus on your open systems models and what are the interacting the things. And international process model is also there. There actually there are four quadrants. I can say that you see there are something. One of the your open systems, rational, given objectives, cultures, all are in a one diagram. Then so many skills, measurement systems are there, classicals and the casual variables, intervening the variables are end result definitely variables are there. Some of the evaluation part is there. This is the way you can evaluate the things. So some of the questions are given. If you the six questions for a 15 minutes. If you ask any organization or if you are planning the framework or the uh, manager of a particular these areas, then you can evaluate the things. Basically, it can be improved by this. You can take a survey also. So this is the way. Then I think, as I said, some lot of personal growth. Keep the customer in mind. Then use the technology. Technology is one of the aspects for the training and development purposes. Is also aspect for effectiveness. So now here actually I am now trying to highlight some of the your uh, case studies because you see any management study there should be some case studies also required. So I can just read out one of the case the situation because case studies you just need you have some situations is given and after that some question will be there an answer will be lying there and you have to which the theory part is involved then you have to write it correct decision you have to give it. So now I can just simply read out the some of the case studies then we can discuss the answer also. I mean, what is the suitable answers. Sunrise Industries wasn't always a big industrial giant. In fact, it had a very humble beginning. Kamaldeep, an electrical engineer, set up a small-scale industrial unit in 1975. To start with, he undertook the assembly and sale of a sewing machines under the name Sunrise, and gradually started manufactures of certain spare parts because of the better quality and the greater selling skills and lower profit margin. His sale turnover touched the figure of 1 crore during the 1979 to 80. This product included sewing machines, irons, fans, geysers, etc. In 1981, Kamaldeep entered into a partnership with Ankit, an MBA who contributed a lot of capital into the business. The firm acquired a big industrial plot in the new industrial area of Ludhiana and converted their business into a company known as Sunrise. Was also registered in the name of company. The company started the commercial productions of single tub washing machines and your instant geysers in 1983. The company looked after productions and Ankit took care of marketing and finance. They never looked back as they had a motivated workforce of 40 workers. All are motivated. And five foremen who worked like a big family. It was during the 1990 the company shifted its head office to the New Delhi and entered into a technical collaboration agreement with a foreign company. As a result, new generation twin top semi-automatic washing machines and vacuum cleaners were launched in 1991, and the products were well received in the market because of latest technology and expanding the market for electrical gadgets. The sales turnover increased tremendously every year. During the first few years, the management and the employees of Sunrise Industries were nothing more than a group of friends and the relatives. There were no job descriptions, no formalized procedures, and not much division of labor. All the people worked together and shared the problems of each other. The decision making was uh, participated. in the sense everyone was free to give his opinion whenever any problem arose. Thus, there were cordial relations between the management and the employees. But after a collaboration agreement in 1990, the organizational structure of the company started changing dramatically. Because of massive expansion, a large number of workers, women, executives, and professionals were recruited, and the separate departments were created for the production of sewing machines, irons, fans, geysers, washing machine, and vacuum cleaners. So formalization got a momentum further with the creation of separate finance, marketing, and human resource divisions. Now all the jobs in the company are standardized. There are job descriptions, manuals, many rules and procedures, and also a elaborative management information system. So all the important decisions are taken by the top, and there are many layers between the top management and the worker because of the vertical differentiations that has taken place during the past 5 years. The quarterly report. Now the important thing is the quarterly report of the last year revealed the percentage of customer complaints is on the rise. The moral of the workers is going down, and commitment of the workers to the organization is on the decline. Now, see the story of this thing. Now, what happened? The question is what changes in the structural dimensions have taken the place of the sunrise industries. So, what are the changes? So, you see, after analyzing the given case, so it can be understood that before collaboration agreement in 1990, there were a good relationship between the management and the employees. Since the organization was producing the product, free product, financial, functional specifications, efficiency and the quality were emphasized. So customers were at high expectations. This functional structure of the organizations was replaced by vertical structures, by making a here actually we are talking about the structures. So hierarchical chain of the command are collaborations. Now all the important decisions are taken by the top management. And there are many layers between the top management and the workers. So now the scope for initiative and the risks taking at the operational level became limited. So decision making process are in the top level. This is not down level. So authority giving a decision making process should be authorized. But I feel the power decentralization is very much required, which turned not after the 1990s. Is the present structure organic? Give reasons. Second question for your answers. Answering the second question, at present, the sunrise industries has divided into many sub-departments. There are separate finance department, marketing, and HR departments. So now all the jobs in the company were standardized. These are job descriptions. There are manuals. There are many rules in the organizations, as well as the procedures and norms. So there are elaborate management information systems. Also, now the decision making is done exclusively at the top level management. So considering all these factors, we can say that the present organizations is more on the mechanistic side because it is not an organic, it's a mechanical thing. Decision taken by the center when I am top level. So it is not making with the organic structures. Why is this actually the last year only, even though that Sunrise company has developed, everything has done, but last year, based on this audit report, they have found the company is doing a down, that the profit is less or motivation is not there, people are unhappy. That thing has happened because ultimately the structure, actually, I emphasize this in these cases, structure is very important. Which approach of the organizations do you feel can help the company uh, tackle the current problems? So how to tackle these situations with the questions during situations? So how to tackle it? So from the given case, we have studied that the percentage of customer satisfaction going down and the morale of the workers are going down. So same way, commitment of the workers to the organization is on the decline. So the approach to the organization should consider all these points. So organization as instruments of domination can be an appropriate approach to understand these organizations. As this include organizational tasks, environment such as suppliers, customers, and the regulators, this approach should tend to be more suitable. In the tax environment, people is the key element because see, when you are in the tax environment, the people or workers are the important. They are the key elements. So that structure is how departments, divisions, and the overall organizations are designed at the macro level, which was not there actually. So current problems of the company can be tackled up to a great extent by this approach. So here actually I'm trying to give you, there are so many case studies are there. So uh, first things, what are the situations given? It will be given some of the situations, and some question will be there in the after the passage. You have to read out the passage, and then have to answer this. And that during the answering, you have to careful about the what are the theories, what are the remedies are really applicable to each chapter which you use. So here actually the situation where I'm that now discuss that is a structural point because this initial when it is a small, no problem. That time it may be happen, everybody are happy there. But when it is bigger and bigger, so many divisions are spread out, then definitely you have to go for some good structures where the authority earlier, so it's 40 people, you can handle it. What are the decision can be? They are interacting almost every day. So there are not much problem. When it is bigger, then you have to restructuring our systems. And in this case, actually, a lot of article things are there. So that's why the decision making process is delayed. Everything are decision by the top management. They have not considered it in the lower level also. So that way, you have to see the things. So this is one of the examples I'm giving. And there are so many case studies are there. So first of all, case study you have to when the situation is given, what are the paragraphs? So before read the paragraphs, first you see the questions. What are the questions? One or two. Then you go for the paragraph side reading. Because if you read out the paragraphs, then again you have to see the questions. And again you have to define the where the answer are there. So better you see the question, it will be keep in your mind. So this is the question. Let's see the story, what the given, where. So automatically it will come out in your mind. So it will give a first, I mean, you can reduce some of the times. So first, what are the passages there? You have to see the question that I want to. The question, just try to memorize the thing questions, and then you start for reading at least one or two. So when you are doing the reading, definitely you will get some of the input points. Then you can underline the input points, the sentences are there, like this. And you have to elaborate the things, your points, with the help of theories. You have to explain the things. Your justification has to be given, why the remedies were given, that should be justified. So this is the way you can proceed, and I hope the case studies you can get the marks, good marks. As per the IGNOU patterns, there are some section A, section B patterns. There are some section A, all the broad questions, and the section B is a case studies. There you have to maybe 40% of the other 3 questions. So you should not be neglected this part because what I need to say, the case study is really important. And they are the real judgment because when you are doing answering, how much concept you have cleared And really you are these particular that decisions are giving that kind of answering or not. So case studies are read the paragraphs very carefully. You try to identify the which the area, the situation, structural area, or your communication area, or your approach area, which the area are, it has focus. See, so then accordingly you have to complete the things. So I hope in this way I can complete the session, particularly organizational theory and design, MPS J01 is completed. We have the previous sessions videos are uploaded in the YouTube. You can download the block 1, block 2, block 3, block 5. You can read out, see the slideshow, and today's review of the particular all the things, and including includes your some of the case studies, which I hope is sufficient for to understand this particular subjects, particular discourse. So okay, thank you very much. Thank you. you.